Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejezi. Today's quest is put it on the shelf before you get mad. Put it on the shelf before you get mad. Look around and you will see plenty of problems in the world. And yes, that makes people upset, but here's the truth. The last thing the world needs right now is another angry person. Now, don't twist that. I'm not saying there's nothing worth being angry about. I'm not saying everything is fine. What I'm saying is simple. Adding more anger to the mix doesn't help. Are there issues? Of course, there are injustices. Absolutely. But anger usually doesn't fix them. Most of the time, anger just makes things worse. It damages health, ruins relationship, and pushes people into irrational choices. We see it everywhere. An epidemic of outrage that is tearing society apart. You see everybody jumping up and down because of the epidemic of outage. We saw it during COVID, and it usually tears society apart. Some people start feeling that that is the time that they should involve themselves in criminality because of the anger and pandemonium and chaos, because that's what anger causes. So what's the alternative? Staying calm, keeping emotional balance. That's how you can actually work on solutions in a reality-based way. Anger isn't required. In fact, it usually makes you part of the problem. Part of the reason anger spreads so fast today is because people feel pressured to have the right option. And by right, I mean the same opinion as everyone around them. If you don't, you risk being cancelled, fired, or cut off. You have seen friends abandon each other, families split, and companies fire good employees, not for crimes or incompetence, but simply for thinking differently. That's insane, but it's where we are. So how do we fix it? Telling people to be brave and stand alone against the crowd sounds nice, but most people won't do it. Courage is rare. So here's a more practical solution, something I call the cognitive shelf. Imagine a shelf in your mind. When you hear something new, you don't have to swallow it whole. You don't have to spit it out immediately. You can just put it on the shelf, leave it there until you've had time to think, research, and reflect. Most people don't realize this is even an option. They think they must instantly accept or reject everything they hear. But that's not true. It's okay not to have an opinion yet. In fact, it's more honest because let's face it, most of us don't know enough about most issues to decide right away. So put it on the shelf. This simple habit could reduce polarization. It lowers the social risk compared to openly fighting back, and it keeps you from adding to the anger. Remember, real courage isn't shouting with the crowd. Real courage is standing alone when you believe something different. As Mark Twain said, whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. So ask yourself, has the world gotten better because people are angrier? Or are we healthier, happier, or safer? Has quality of life gone up? The answers are obvious. Anger hasn't helped. Maybe the solution is simpler than you think. Next time you feel pressure to react, don't swallow it. Don't spit it out. Just put it on the shelf. I know this is a difficult topic because most of the time there's so much pressure. But sometimes you just need to calm down, settle down. You don't need to take a side even by either spitting it out or swallow it. You just calm down so that you can have time to reflect and find yourself in the equation to know whether you should go about with it or not. Even though people will judge you, but at least you'll be happy after you finish reflecting that it was your decision. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message. Maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We'll talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.